Lesson 5 is on descriptive language. The primary purpose of descriptive writing is to make text both more interesting and engaging. So what does descriptive language include? Firstly, descriptive language will include techniques such as metaphors, similes, and personifications. It will also include descriptive vocabulary. These are used in combination to help create a more clear and detailed image for the reader of what is being described. Also, the descriptive language will often appeal to the reader's senses. This helps them understand what maybe the characters are going through or what is going on in the story to a greater extent. Also, with descriptive language, lots of adjectives and verbs are used in order to give a more detailed and rather specific impression for the reader of what is being described. Descriptions can also finally use structure to make them more interesting, as writers can build up descriptions through their writing and can have paragraphs with contrasting descriptions, making it very, very interesting. So what are the effects of descriptive language? So firstly, descriptive language can help the reader feel as though they are included in the story. It also engages the reader with the world of the story. Furthermore, descriptive language can also help the reader visualize settings and characters. It can also be very useful in helping cause the reader to have an emotional response to the writing. So now I'm going to read out to you an example of descriptive language. Mrs. Hashbrow was unlike any other teacher I had met. Her nails were short, stubby, and filled with years of grime, while her mouth was as crusty as an old corpse and extremely sour. Nonetheless, the most loathsome thing about Mrs. Hashbrow was not her appearance, but her attitude, as she had the opinions of a racist, homophobe, and an old hag all in one. This made her one of the worst teachers I had ever met. Here we can see, in the example I just read, that descriptive language is being used. We see that descriptive language comes in the form of descriptive techniques and language appealing to senses such as taste, because in this descriptive paragraph that I've just talked about, senses were being used when we were talking about how her mouth was. Her mouth was sour. This helped us imagine what the character would be like. Okay, now I'm going to read out a second example. Lisa ever so slowly crept towards the desolate, dark and filthy building before coming to an abrupt halt, when she laid eyes upon a shadow individual who stood right outside the entrance of the building. He maintained eye contact with her, peering at her, watching her every move. Lisa was petrified. Her arms were folded so tightly around her small frame, while her feet were frozen into the ground. In this paragraph, we see that descriptive language is used to show that Lisa was both frightened and intimidated. For the verbs such as crept were used to exemplify this, as well as metaphors such as her feet being frozen, showed us that with descriptive language, often verbs are used to help describe what is going on. I hope you found this video useful. Support us by liking, subscribing and sharing with your friends. If you have any questions, post it on our forum at examqa.com.